Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. There's something that the cop wants you to know. The best in the world is Bobby Firmino. And I completely agree with that, he's one of my favourite players of all time. However, recently his book came out. It's not this one, this is a songbook. And he revealed in his final season, he didn't quite see eye to eye with Jurgen Klopp. I wonder why. He's always been one of Jurgen Klopp's favourites. He is tactically brilliant. Reinvented that false nine position, full of compliments from Jurgen Klopp. He was never reassured of his place, his long-term future with the Liverpool squad. Does Jurgen Klopp not rate him? Did he not like him? That's obviously not true, but Jurgen Klopp has a bit of history about this. Oxlade-Chamberlain came out as well. Didn't inform him whether it was good news or bad news on a contract extension. Firmino wanted to stay at Liverpool apparently, but he was never reassured of his place. Contract negotiations were going on and on, a bit confusing, a bit muddling as well. Why is that? He's our Bobby Dazzler. Surely you give him the compliment and the respect to say, look, we're going to reinvent, 32 years old. Thank you so much for contributing to Liverpool's history. But you can seek past this new contract expiring. You can go anywhere you want, pick up that nice, signing on bonus as well. The loyalty fee paid out as well. Why would the team, Jurgen Klopp et al., not tell Bobby Dazzler, off you go, into the sunset, your legacy is here forever, can't be tarnished? Even Jordan Henderson, right? When he went to the office, 1 year left on the contract, a little bit different than Oxlade-Chamberlain, Keita and Firmino. He went there and wanted reassurances that he'd be a valued member, and Jurgen Klopp said, I don't think you'll play that much this season, right? So it seems as though final season syndrome, Jurgen Klopp turns from the ultra man manager coaching hand on the shoulder, close but not too close, to a little bit colder. Now that's very, very interesting to me. His man management is one of his top skills, right? One of the many talents that endear him to us fans and also the players as well. He's tactically adept, he's strategic, he talks really, really well as well. He understands the city, the culture, the ethos. Yeah, very, very fascinating. Perhaps that player isn't going to see Jurgen Klopp day to day in the future anymore, so perhaps he doesn't need to spend the time to create a relationship. A little word here or there would be nice, that little humanistic touch that you'd associate with Jurgen Klopp. Maybe he was stressed. Last season we were absolutely inundated with injuries. Our midfield was battered, our defence was battered as well. Perhaps it's just one of those seasons, Jurgen Klopp every thinking moment trying to focus on strategic ploys and plays to get that extra inch, that final little bit of juice out of the players at his disposal to get the crucial points in those crucial matches. We couldn't make Champions League. Also, Bobby Dazzler revealed in the Real Madrid match he was disappointed in Klopp's tactics. He thought he made it too easy for Real Madrid, and actually I thought so too. It was a little bit too obvious what we were going to do. We play exactly the same way, and Carlo Ancelotti, our kryptonite, said exactly the same thing. You don't know what Man City are going to do. Even Chelsea, even Tottenham, even Man United could pull a surprise, but you know exactly how Liverpool were going to play. 4-3-3. Lucho Diaz, Mane, Salah. You know exactly what you can do. Workman-like in midfield, get it out wide into half space. Look for the little roaming forward, pulling you deep as well. They didn't fall for it, right? We had opportunities there. However, we didn't finish them. And history is written by the winners, unfortunately. We know that very well as Liverpool. We are history winners throughout. Up the Reds. You'll never walk alone. So, that leaves a little bit of a sour taste because Bobby Firmino, or Smile or Dazzling, never made a fuss, never complained, reinvented himself from this dodgy wing back in the Brendan Rodgers era to a number 10, to a defensive forward, to our Liverpool number 9. And there weren't any finer in terms of dropping deep and linking up the play and absolutely getting the best out of Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. That triumphant trio brought amazing memories and everyone feared them throughout Europe, and even Man City said the only three to be aware of are the front three. No, you'll be with Ox. Daisy cutter, bang, into the corner. Smashed a rocket into the top corner. Don't underestimate Ox. He's massively underrated by Liverpool fans. He really brought impetus, breaking the lines through the midfield. That injury in Rome, absolutely done for him, unfortunately. But always played with a smile, and similarly with Bobby Dazzler, he introduced that glimmering, whiter than white sheen or smile. I think he introduced Klopp to that dentist as well, right? And Coutinho and whoever else thanks Bobby Dazzler for that beautiful set of gnashes. So yeah, no, that's really, really interesting. That book actually highlighted a lot of key facets of his treasured memories at Liverpool. His start, his samurai hairdo as well. He had a new way of understanding the play, making sure that the world revolved around him in the more advanced position. But he didn't start in the advanced positions. He actually rotated his way there from a deep position into the forward line, and forward line, when he's starting in that number 9 position, back into the deeper line as second striker, shadow striker. shadow striker is very adept to him because the defenders wouldn't know whether to pick him up or leave him for a defensive midfield player, which allows overlapping runs either side of that DM, or our wide forwards to cut inside as inside forwards, because traditionally they are not wingers who go around the outside, your traditional number 7, traditional number 11. He enabled Salah and Mane to play in the half spaces, and always whichever way he went to, the threat is on the opposite wing, because on the back post that is where Mane would head it in, or Salah for the back post or tap in, or overloading the left hand side, pulling the opposition there, allowing Salah the half space in to curl it into the bottom left hand corner. Any rebounds gobbled up by our overload. Bobby Firmino, one of my favourite players of all time. Absolutely loved his tactical awareness and discipline. He made absolute beautiful memories. That double heel flick turn, the Newcastle heel flick to Salah to run through the lines. Magician. Played with a smile. Gorgeous player. Happy player. I don't think Firmino makes an all-time 11, but in terms of what he adds to the enjoyment of watching a match, you'd always expect a bit of creativity, a bit of magic, a bit of samba flair with Firmino, and he really should have played for Brazil a lot more times. I mean, he offered so much, but then again, you know, not everyone can utilize all his skill set the same way Klopp did, which is really surprising why Klopp didn't at least extend the courtesy to Bobby Dazzler to explain to him why his minutes were reduced, why he wasn't actually playing the minutes. I think Firmino said something like he wasn't getting the answers that he previously was getting in conversations with Klopp around why he wasn't playing, coming back from injury. I think it's one of his worst injury hit seasons. Maybe we should have started in Madrid, actually, you know, would have given us something different. It's the same kind of thinking behind we should have started Crouch instead of Dirk Kuyt in that final, because AC Milan may not be able to handle a beanpole, a lanky striker, playing off him that way instead of Kuyt, hard-working and strategic, you know, over-engineering the tactics in that regard. Yeah, I kind of feel for him. Like, Ox didn't know until 3 days before the announcement that, you know, he was going to be leaving at the end of his free transfer. Why couldn't someone just drop a word, even if they're not Klopp, someone higher echelons, higher up than them, saying, you know, we appreciate your time at Liverpool, but the contract's not going to be renewed. Maybe perhaps the reasons why behind it. I wonder if really Klopp was playing to bat for Firmino to say, we need to give him a contract extension. Let's keep at least, you know, 2 of the 3. Firmino and Salah link up. Obviously, the space for Nunez and Gakpo coming in as well. You know, it was a bit inundated and overloaded at the top. The wages as well for a declining player. I don't know, maybe Klopp just had priorities and focuses elsewhere. Maybe he isn't the all-be-all and end-all manager in terms of man management to share that courtesy. Dalglish probably would have done it, you know, be very courteous and respectful to the players, because he isn't at the strategic level to maybe concentrate on all the different facets, and he's really keen on the man management area as well. Maybe you need a bit of a chum like big dosser Harry Redknapp, who just goes, "Oi mate, contract's not being renewed, but we appreciate what you've done, mate." But then again, Harry Redknapp is of that class who says Darren Bent couldn't hit Bandor with banjo, my grandma would have scored that, etc. He fell out with people as well. So yeah, very unfortunate turn of events. I still respect Klopp. He's massively appreciated for squeezing every ounce of juice out of all the players. But this just counts against him slightly, because Bobby Dazzler, you gotta love Bobby, man. Share him the courtesy, make him happy for his whole stay. No, you know, black marks against the record on the book, but in the book he reveals all. It's all honest, and Liverpool declined to comment as well when chased by the Athletic. So yeah, unfortunate piece of news there. But on to Toulouse. We are facing Toulouse tonight. Virgil van Dijk, unfortunately, is a bit ill, so I don't think he's made a trip. Ryan Gravenberch has niggle and perhaps some illness as well, isn't making a trip, so you expect to see Wataru Endo holding the line, midfield. He's really got to shine. He's really got to get into Klopp's thinking, because in the turn of the year in January, he would have had 6 months already, including a small part of pre-season. I really think Klopp and Linders need to start integrating Wataru Endo into the role. It's not just to release McAllister, but because Endo is good. He's really good player. Maybe they've seen something in training that suggests that, okay, he needs to work on some tactical areas of the play to get in line with what Klopp wants, especially in gegenpressing pressing or turning over the ball in higher presses. But once again, you're going to get most of that experience on the field. And it says a lot when in Tottenham, under the Kosh 9 men, Wataru Endo comes on to be the first point of the press, because he understands how to hold the line and when to lead the press, especially when you've got 9 men, you've got to hold the line. And he did that very well. I was impressed with him in that regard. Actually, he's played a lot of matches where we're down to 10 men, so you can tell he trusts Endo in the defensive transition, defensive discipline. Might just be a case, as I mentioned before, he wants like McAllister's brain, the general on the pitch, to break the line with the pass and to control the tempo of the game. But McAllister, his stats hold up very well in this position, but he could be utilised further forward as well. Very keen to see what he does in the new year with the January transfer window, because it looks like Andre Trindade might not be coming. Maybe at that price point we're not interested. Maybe he's got other suitors, maybe he's got other preferences as well. Or maybe the rumours were true. We either get him in the summer transfer window or we're not interested in him at all. Not coming back in January. I don't think he'll be a starting 6 coming from Brazilian League. And obviously he's had a long slog, Copa Libertadores and a full season in Brazil. No rest. A lot of mileage in that legs. Got to get up to speed with Premier League. No full pre-season. He's not going to be playing in that 6. Thiago will always be played in that 6 position before him. But yeah, don't want to end on a downer. I think we will beat Toulouse tonight. It won't be pretty. It won't be easy. I wonder, do we start Nunes or Gakpo? Do we give Gakpo a start in the Premier League? Do we need Nunes to hit form again, get some goals and carry on his win? I think Gakpo will probably start. Nunes will come on. They always come on. They never give the full 90 minutes rest as well. I think Ben Doak's back in training. Very optimistic to see how he does. Elliott needs to perform well starting because Elliott's done a lot of impact when he's come off the bench, but when he's starting, he doesn't quite have as much impact. It's very interesting to see. I wonder if his frame is holding him back slightly, but he's got the game intelligence and he will grow in that role. So it'll probably be McAllister in the 8 because he's suspended, right, for next match. McAllister, Harvey Elliott, Wataru Endo. Gakpo, Jota's been playing game after game lately because we've needed him because Lucho Diaz, right? So maybe Jota starts on the left, but maybe Diaz starts on the left if he's of the right frame of mind. They still haven't released his dad. What's going on there? Come on, guys. It's his dad, man. Lucho Diaz or Jota on the left. Salah always wants to start in the Europa League. Defensive line, no Virgil van Dijk. Will Quansah make a start? He's always been very, very impressive. I think it'll be one of Matip and Gomez with Quansah. Probably Trent at right back and Tsimikas coming back in on the left. Once again, don't want to second guess. It could be Chambers as well. Kelleher is our cup keeper. That is probably our lineup for Toulouse. So really looking forward to that, especially after Man United got absolutely trashed last minute. Rooney, Man United, Rooney. They love that name, right? 4-3 to FC Copenhagen. Guys, hope you enjoyed that video. We got to read Firmino's book in its entirety, but I was a little bit shocked at that revelation that Klopp turned a blind eye in terms of giving him the courtesy to explain, you know, we're not going to renew your contract, even though he wanted to stay. One more season of Bobby Dazzler wouldn't hurt. However, he got the best send-off I've ever seen. That kind of serenade, I think it was at Tottenham or was it somewhere else, where they just sung his song over and over again. You could feel the love in the air, right? The fans who always loved Bobby Firmino as a favoured son of the Reds. Brazilian flair, that is how our Brazilian scousers get loved and adored. Coutinho found out when he left, it's just not the same as when you're at Liverpool, right? Lucas Leiva, absolute idol. Firmino as well. Alisson Becker. Coutinho was loved while he was here. We love our Brazilians. I love Fabio Aurelio as well. I really, really enjoyed Fabio Aurelio. Till next time, guys, Miyazaki Ichiban. Janet.